This is Mritula from the Indus Valley presenting to you TIV's Kitchen Episode 8 from our kitchen to yours. So, this is a weekly live session where we have a special guest who is somewhere related to cooking and food blogging. So, they'll get to share their special recipes with us and their memorable kitchen experiences and magical kitchen hacks with us. So, today we have Pallavi from Pallavi Kitchen Diaries. So,
Yes.
yeah, I'm going to give you a short introduction about Pallavi. Pallavi is from Navi Mumbai. She is a physics professor and she has experience of 13 years in teaching. She's currently pursuing her PhD in physics from Mumbai University. Out of her interest and passion for cooking and photography, she started her Instagram page Pallavi Kitchen Diaries. I guess it's 2 years old. She's
Yes.
very fond of cooking and photography. Viewers should kindly go check out a page after the session. It is very interesting. She tries to learn new things and she keeps improving herself every day. So, welcome Pallavi to our
Thank you.
session. Thanks for accepting.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's indeed a pleasure to be a part of Indus Valley, and thank you so much for this live session. It is the first live session which is I'm going live with it, and I'm very excited about it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So yeah, with your permission, like if our audience, the viewers, they have any questions to you related to
Yeah.
cooking or food photography, they'll put it
Yeah.
on their comments. We just choose
Okay.
one from them and try to answer it in the end of the
Okay. Fine.
session.
Fine.
Okay. So yeah, you can brief about yourself to our viewers. Just 2 3
Mhm.
lines.
Most of the thing has been said. I myself is Pallavi. I started this page long, like 2 years back. Earlier there was a page on Facebook that is Kitchen Diaries, but most of the post or most of the food pictures which I took, I just recorded on that Facebook page. But the amount of the response which I got there was like very good. The most of the few students, mostly my students whom I teach, they suggested me ki, why don't you start the cooking channel, or why don't you write a cookbook, or why don't you go for blogging. So that
Okay.
inspired me a lot, and I just gave a thought ki, ha, let's see what else I can do it. But as the time permits, I'm gradually increasing, I'm gradually learning things from the students, from all the bloggers I have met, and it's very exciting to know.
Yeah. And to say, when we checked your profile, when I personally
Mhm.
checked your profile, I saw like quite or most of the recipes were very new to me. Maybe I'm from the south of India, South India, so maybe it is so new to me. I
Uh-huh.
don't know. Maybe most of the stuffs are North Indian recipes, I guess. So
Yes.
the name itself, I most of it I did not recognize. So it is quite interesting to see your work. The work shows the amount of dedication or the hard work that
It's
you put in for the output.
it's basically the homemade food which I do it. It's totally natural, totally homely food. I just put it in the page, and people like me, and that is very good. That the response I get is very good. They just like that page, so
Yeah,
it's good. I'm learning new things from them too.
yeah. Okay. So do you develop recipes on your own?
Yes, normally it's my mom's recipe. Sometimes, whenever I get stuck in between something, there is one person I know who is one call ahead. So I call her up and I say, Ki, this is the thing I wanted. So she maintains a diary. She note downs everything, and whenever I get stuck in between, she is the one who helps me. And now the mother-in-law, she is very helpful with this. And I have to experiment with the dishes because I have two kids who expect me to be on my toes every time 24/7, and they expect like, Mama, I want this, I want that, and I have to experiment with the dishes so that I get to feed them the right amount of ingredients, right, at the
Yeah,
particular age. So I keep on experimenting it.
that is so good to
Might
know.
be a paratha or a rice, everything. I keep on experimenting and I'm developing it. And the main thing is that the experimented food goes to my family first, and they like it.
Okay. So yeah, with also addition to the recipes, your photography skills are good. So
Thank you so much. It's just a hobby that I have developed since the years. I just had some kind of interest in the photography. Like whenever I get to go to a restaurant thing or go to any particular place, I just capture that image. So the same habit I have developed when I'm cooking. Also, I capture that moment, the cooking process, and the everything I that capture, and that like just editing part, and the people like it. Like so, I'm just learning it every day from all the bloggers there. So
yeah. So how do you provide attention to detail in photography? For example, we saw your profile, right? So in a few pictures, I'll take one or two examples. Where for the mango lassi, I think you served it in a clay glass. I do not know what you call it specifically. And also the mangoes were placed in a
mango.
basket. That too, it was not a very normal basket. It was something else. And also the mango was placed on hay. You put some hay over that, and you have placed the mangoes. So there is so much detailing that goes behind this. You are giving a feel to the frame. And there's also one other notable photograph where you've served the tomato rasam, and you've instead of the scarves, you've put some traditional sari
Yes,
in the
yes,
frame.
yes.
I do not know. Maybe rasam is what we
The
call here in
Kanjivaram
South
sari.
India. Yeah. So
Kanjivaram
maybe
sari.
you wanted to give that South Indian touch to the dish.
Yeah. Yes. So
So
basically, what I do is ki, whenever I prepare a dish, maybe a regional dish, the South Indian dish or the North Indian one, the one particular thing I keep in mind is to give a regional touch in terms of like I add some fabric to it. Like when I prepare a paisam or a rasam, I just roll it Kanjivaram sari over it. And when I prepare a Gujarati dish, I use a bandhani thing that you can check it on my page. And when I prepare some like Maharashtrian dish, I use the paithani and the silk borders and the so whatever which is available in the in my house itself. I don't invest in the props like thing as minor minor investment. That is very minimum investment. I am doing it. So basically, I use whatever it is there in the kitchen. There in the house, I use it as a prop. Like the basket which you were asking, you were telling about it. That basket was gifted by my one of my friend as a gift. So I used it. I place a hay and place mango over it. That means it gives a look like I use normally I use the ingredients which are getting into the recipe as the
yes,
props. Like
yeah,
for example, the coconut groundnut laddus I have made. So I keep a point like I place a small ball of groundnuts, a small
yeah.
ball of jaggery over it, and a piece of cloth or a fabric rolling over it. That's it. And a
So
tray,
yeah,
traditional tray.
apart from the ingredients that you use as properties in the frame, you give a regional touch by
Regional touch.
yeah,
That
that
might
is very
act as
nice.
a prop also.
That was very nice. Okay, now how do you set the mood for the photographs? So when we went through the grid, half of it was in the dark mode
Yes.
and half of it were in the bright mood. So how do you set mood to certain photographs?
According to the intensity of light. So basically, I shoot all my pictures in natural lights in the morning itself when I'm at peace of my mind. So I just shoot it in the morning. So when it is when the weather is bright and when I am working with some drinks, flavored drinks, yeah, bright drinks, I keep in mind the brighter backgrounds and this.
Okay.
When I am shooting for something like coffee or tea or like something called as that give a traditional rusty look, so I go it for the moody backgrounds like thing,
Backgrounds.
the wooden ones, the dark ones like thing. Like so, basically, I just go through it. go through the pictures, and that inspired more. Like I go through Pinterest, I go books, I Google it every day. Now and then I Google it, the food blogging sites, the cookbooks, and everything that inspired me a lot. I am learning like things,
Yeah, and there's one comment
tutorial
from
things.
Rahul. He says, your photographs are so appealing, it makes us hungry. This is one comment to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So the photos of your recipes are one of the highlights of your page. So what elements
Yes.
go into each of it and what goes behind the scenes? So uh,
Huh.
how do you prepare before every shoot?
Huh. Prepare for the shoot, I have like I go through the planning thing. So basically, when I have the kids around it, I'm like totally out of the mind. I don't give much time to that blogging thing. So when they are doing their own thing, then when they are busy with their classes, normally in the morning when I am at peace of my mind, I just go. I go to the planning. Ki, this is the dish. This is from the I survey it a lot. I go through it like this is a regional dish, and the what type of crop it can go through it, and what else I can use it. So the I do it like this. So and before doing a photo shoot, I keep my styling tools and props and the right kind of plates, the kadai, the plates, the bowl. I keep it beforehand ready. So when I take a photo shoot, I keep in mind that there are spaces between the elements so that it does not look like very messy or clutter, and the main focus of the food does not get lost. So the viewer which is watching just get the image of the photo, get the image of the food which is there, and बाकी जो elements है, the secondary elements, they remain in the frame. They add they are just adding it to the frame, but the first element is your food. So I basically deal with only the food part, the focus to the food part.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your favorite summer recipe to beat the heat?
Favorite recipe, I would say the buttermilk chas, or you can call it as a tak. In Marathi, we call it as a tak, the buttermilk or a chas. I don't know what you call it in South India, but
Okay.
yes, that is. Huh?
I have
What,
no
ma'am?
idea. Even I don't have any idea as to
So
what that.
that really loved me, and I'm very fortunate that everybody in my family just love buttermilk. So whenever the summer starts, we keep in mind that we have a buttermilk glass with a lunch plate or a dinner plate, or whenever you require, you have a buttermilk glass to beat the heat. So this is the one important recipe, the one most you can say the wanted recipe in
Yeah.
my the buttermilk,
Okay.
and flavored buttermilk, not the plain, the mint buttermilk, the pudinas and the masalas and everything. So I go on preparing the different kinds of buttermilk, like thing.
Buttermilk. All right. So
Uh,
soon we're expecting one buttermilk recipe from you, as you mentioned.
yes, yes, sure. Now that is the rainy season here. It's raining
Okay.
heavily out. So
Oh, okay.
I just stop using it because it's like the kids, they don't understand. They keep on gulping it up. So it is very, it's not good during the rainy seasons. So
Okay. So yeah, coming to your recipe, uh, you put out a recipe yesterday, roasted masala idli fry. So yeah, we
mhm.
saw your recipe. It was too good. We want our viewers also to check out after the session. It is live on our page and it's also live on Pallavi's page. So yeah, how did the recipe come out of your experience of using the cookware? So just tell about that.
Okay, sure. Before that, before using a skillet, I used to use a kadai like thing, the non-stick kadai. So it was like 1 or 2 years before that I brought, but the coating over it has got like it is cracked one. But I use it like for a very simple recipe. I use that thing. But the flavor or the texture, or like somewhere in my mind, I was like, yeah, the coating is removed and it is not very good for the health, especially when your kids are around it. You particularly focus onto the health part of it. So when I use a skillet, this is the first time I'm using a skillet. So I just went through the skillet thing. I have read about the skillet thing. So I was about to buy it, and luckily I got this skillet. So I was very excited to use the skillet, and I just showed it to everybody in the family, including my mother-in-law, and she was very happy with it. Ki, yeah, finally you're starting with the cast iron cookware, and she is like the very fan of cast iron cookwares. Like she has the big kadais and big dosas, tawas, and roti tawas and everything. So when I cook this masala idli, this is a very basic, simple recipe which I use, which I make it for my kids. The instant, the very quick recipe. So when I use it, I feel like it has some typical flavor to it, the skillet thing, and less amount of oil. The roasted part, it is like very simple in this skillet, and you just have enough space to get roast around, and it gets heat very easily, and retains heat very well. Retain heat so that you don't waste gas much, and it is like 10 minutes recipe, fatafat bana ke tayar, and serve it on the table. That's it. So it was very it's a hit in my family. They are very happy, and you can make a difference in the flavor. You can make a difference in the flavor when it is cooked in the kadai and when it is cooked in the skillet thing. And one thing my follower asked is the maintaining is very difficult. How do you maintain it? And they DM me कि इतना heavy है, maintain कैसे करते हैं? But it is very simple. I can say it is very simple. I have been using ever since I got this from you. I am using it every day, and it is very easy to maintain it. Just you use a mild liquid soap, scrub it, pat it dry, season it with oil, and keep it or cover it with the cloth. That's it. So it's very important, and something in the mind that is a sense of satisfaction that we are adding something healthy to your body, right? That sense of satisfaction is there.
That is so good to hear that you're using our skillet daily for cooking.
Yes, daily. Today also I have prepared a fried bhindi, and that was really very good.
Okay. So thank you also for like people who come with concerns, you're addressing it, right? So thank you very much for that. For people who have this idea that the seasoning of cast iron is difficult or the maintenance is difficult, it is actually not. Only one simple step that is extra. After washing it, you'll have to make it dry and apply oil for the next use. So that is going to be one extra step. So thank you for addressing that issue also. Thank you very much. So since you're also a reviewer, a product reviewer, have you used out the other products, the kadai, everything else that you received the cast in? So if you could give some 2-3 lines of review for our products, it will be helpful. Soon we will be getting a video from you for the review of those products. It would also be nice if you would mention.
Even I have prepared a recipe of chicken in the super smooth kadai. It is really amazing. It's really amazing, and you can just make out the difference between the normal kadai and this kadai, cast iron kadai. You can make out the difference, and the color also, the texture, the smell. You can say the smell. That is the one thing. The first person to make out the difference between this is my mother-in-law. She is like, this is very good. You use it every day. Yes, I'm using it every day now. For everything, for every curry, and for everything I'm using. Even for the fried rice thing, even for the leftover rice, I use it. So I use it every day because it is like durable thing. It retains heat and it gets heated up easily. So you don't have to wait like gas on kar diya, chalo wait karo. No, it gets heated and you require only less amount of oil through it. It doesn't stick like something like the non-stick kadai we have. So after the ages, the coating removes. It gets chipped
Yeah.
off or cracked or something. So that is very like you can very dangerous. The coating is very dangerous. When as a being a physics professor, and I myself had a topic of coating in MPhil. So I know the process which goes through the coating thing. So I had my MPhil project in on my anodized coating thing. So I know the process which is going through it, the effects, the defects, and the uh, hazardous effects when the coating removes it. So
Yes.
that is, so only that. Uh, taking in consideration these points, I just switch over all my utensils to cast iron thing. So now I'm using all the cast iron, the tawas and the kadais and the skillet and the mortar pestle also. This is very good. I just want to mention one thing. The mortar pestle is very good, very unique thing which I found it very attractive, appealing thing, and it is like you can just crush it, and throw it in your kadai. It's very simple. This the garlic, the ginger, the everything. I
Yes.
wanted that type of this one. I had this steel aluminum one, but it is getting rusted, so I threw it away. I am
Yeah,
using
this
it
one
this.
is also different. The mortar pestle is made of palm wood,
Yes,
the
I
normal one. Yeah. You should have seen it in soapstone or any other thing. This one is different.
yes.
It's made of
This
palm
is
wood. Yeah.
different. This is totally different.
Okay. So thank you for your, to your mother-in-law also. She keeps supporting us very much. She
Yes,
never
yes.
cast any
She's
cookware.
she is very fond of that, and she is very happy कि हाँ मैं कब से बोल रही थी कि use that tawa for the chapatis and the bhakris, and you were like in all non-stick hai, but now I feel कि this is this is really very good.
Oh, we are so very happy to hear this. Thank her that she keeps
Yes,
supporting you to use that. No?
yes, she is.
Okay.
Now also she is making something.
Okay. Moving on to the rapid fire questions. So, how many photo shoots have you done so far?
uh, Photo shoot of one particular picture, or what you say?
No, I'm just
When I
asking you generally for the Instagram page, as in total.
okay. So one particular one particular page, I'm not that professional ki one or two clicks and that is okay with it. No, my whole phone memory is full of photos. When
Full
you
pictures.
go through my go through my gallery, you can find many photographs of this, and I have to just select it. So basically, there are not one or two; it is 20 to 40 shots at different angles, at different heights, at different intensity of light, and with different props also. So the efforts are good. Means you have to put in efforts to get a
Yes.
very good picture of it, so that you can post it on the Instagram, and so that the people like it. And thankfully, to all my followers, they are really very generous with their comments and with their appreciation. They DM me like कि हाँ मैम हमने ये use किया तो कैसे करेंगे? What how I can use it? So I'm very
Yeah.
happy with my followers. They are very good.
Yeah. There's also one notable comment in the comment section from Priya. Glad to know that you put your physics knowledge also into cooking. As we say, knowledge never goes in vain.
Hmm.
See, I guess you're
Thank
going to
you.
gain
Thank you.
even more followers after this live session. Some people have already become a fan of yours. They have already been checking your page in between this session.
Thank you so much, Priya. Thank you so much, Rahul. Thank you so much, Preeti, for that.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, what's that one thing that has helped you improve your photography skills?
One thing which is improved.
Yeah, which
What
has helped you to improve your photography skills?
basically you can say the props, the backdrops, which I'm using it. But whenever I see my initial photographs, like before 1 year back, I didn't have any. I was like just clicking the photos and posting it up. Like I didn't had the knowledge about the kind of light which is used, the amount of efforts which is going through it. So that photographs, when I compare that photograph with the now the earlier photographs and the now photographs, it is different. So slowly it is improving it. I am not saying it is good or it is the best thing or the best of part, the rest of thing, but it is improving it. So that keeps on going it, that keeps me moving it, and that keeps me like inspiring me to do good, to do better. So it's only me and my photographs. And now, like I have props, I have just investment, I have gift. Some of my friends, family friends have gifted something, like they know I am good. I am really good in cooking and photography. I'm really interested in cooking. So they have gifted. They are very generous with the gifts. They have gifted me backdrops, gifted me props, the stand and everything. They are really very good. So on my birthday, on my birthdays, on my this special gifts are this one. So you know, I'm really happy seeing the ceramic plates. I'm very happy seeing the clay pots. So whenever I go out, I just whenever I see that one, I just stop my car and buy it. Like okay, take it.
Okay. Give 3 adjectives that describe your cooking style.
Cooking style, it might be homely, creative, natural, comforting. Like not out of the world, but homely type. So someone, a normal person can relate to it, can make it. Everybody can cook it. Now this lockdown, everybody has become a very good cook, including me. So seeing my recipes, they are nothing much but normal thing. Normal home cooked food. So it is comforting, satisfying, simple, natural, creative. Somewhat creative thing.
Okay. What do you think is one North Indian dish that is missed by the rest of us?
One North Indian dish which I say it is not missed, but I have not heard more about it in Instagram. I have seen the reels of it. So 2 years back when I was in Delhi for a conference meet, so I happened to eat that matar kulcha thing, matar kulcha, the white peas. So that is the best thing which I ever had along the street. This is the famous street food of Delhi, and I think it is being missed or being like, it is being missed or like they don't really know about it. Everybody knows about the chole kulcha, the chole paneer, and the paneer thing, paneer butter masala, but matar kulcha is one thing that is missed. I think that it is missed by few. So I would like to create that matar kulcha thing.
Sorry, there was a connection issue in between. There was a lag. Okay. So what is one signature dish that represents you as a cook?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. One signature dish I can say, I'm like, I have a sweet tooth. I am basically very fond of sweets. So everybody in my family is like, how you make sweets good. Like maybe a laddus or maybe a kheer or the basundis type like thing or a paisam thing, which I have recently learned from my ma'am, HOD ma'am. she is T Marar ma'am. She is from South Indian one, Tangkamani Marar ma'am. She is very means she is like very good in cooking. Like paisam, she makes out of the world paisam. So I have just learned through it. I'm just learning it. I'm not that up to the mark of that paisam thing, but I love sweets. So the signature dish which represent me as a cook is like the basundi thing, the Maharashtrian sweet. Basundi.
Yeah,
So
it is
that is
one of
one thing.
my favorites too.
Yes. Similar to the paisam thing, similar to the paisam. In the paisam we go the rice or the sevaya we goes, but in basundi only only the milk and the dry fruits goes.
Yes.
Milk and the dry fruits. That's it.
So yeah, so that's it. We have come to the end of the session. So viewers, if you have any questions for Pallavi regarding her work on Instagram, kindly put it in our comments. In another 5 minutes, we're going to wind it up. So yeah, thank you very much, Pallavi. It was very nice talking to you. Keep up the good work. We are looking forward for your
Thank you.
review on using our cookware products. So yeah, if you
Yes,
wanted to share your
definitely.
experience of participating in the session and also the kind of comments that you received after the recipe using the skillet, if you could share with us your experience, we would be more than
Yes,
happy.
definitely will share.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for making me a part of this live session. It was indeed a pleasure. I'm really honored to be a part of it and sharing. And it was just natural thing. So I was like, when I'm giving a lecture, I am the one. I'm in front of you. So it was like, and I'm very happy to be a part of this. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
thank you. So for Pallavi's followers, we have a special coupon code called Pallavi10. So if you want to purchase from us, you can use this coupon code for any purchases about 999. You can use this code and avail 10% discount. So thank you again very much. Bye bye.